Hi, it's Kevin May from Focuswire here at the Focuswire studio with Pros, and we're joined by Barbara Dalibard. You're the CEO of SITA. Thank you very much for joining us, Barbara. So, very timely this week, you've just released a report. I'll get the title right here. It's the 2025 Air Travel Digital Age. Just give us initially your kind of broad points that you've found within that report that relate to the aviation world and what you're seeing.
I think one of the main points is the evolution of the passenger. When you look at the new generation, I guess you, Kevin, my kids certainly, they have different ways to look at travel, and they want things to be. They really want to be in the driving seat, and you can really see that in the way they use, the equipments and what they expect at the airport. And they want really to use basically their mobile as their remote control for travel. So basically it means that everything that is under their control they prefer. They like to use biometry, they like to use self-backdrops. And one of the issues for the airport is really to be able to give to this new generation, I would say, the customer experience they expect. And the good news about it is the fact that the more you do that, the more service you provide to this passenger. First, the more time they have to spend money perhaps at the airport, which is good.
Yes.
But also you have more people to take care of the others, handicapped people, older people. So I think it's really a good balance between putting in place technology for those who like to use it and also allowing the other one to have a different care.
Now, SITA has talked about these things for many years, and you provide the technology that allows that. What is it about 2025 and you're looking forward that makes this more important now than previously?
So basically, I think there are three technologies at stake that are going to enable this new customer experience. The first one is the mobile. We have had it for years, and the more we go, the more apps we have on your mobile. Second one is biometry, and it's not new, but many airports now, many airlines have a project to implement biometry, in their environment. And the third one is the cloud. So the association of, everything on your mobile, using biometry, your passport on your mobile, to make it very short, and cloud capability will really enable this new customer experience.
Yeah, it's interesting. You said me and your children, and you've made it a very generational thing. I wonder whether it's not just that generation, and there are older travellers that are both as comfortable with that type of technology and probably demanding it as well, would you say?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a little bit binary. What is true is that more and more people are, using their smartphones to manage their life. So I think I remember doing some studies, more than 75% of them are using smartphones. So you're right, it's not just a story of one generation. But of course, they are growing, so you have more of them at the airport, buying tickets and doing stuff. But I think, going forward, more and more people will want to be able to use this kind of technology.
Okay, so what challenges, therefore, if an airline CEO here this week picks up your report and looks at it and thinks, that's going to be tough for us, what do you say to them, apart from buyout technology? How do you
I think there are a couple of things we need. At SITA, we are a cooperative. We are the ownership, the airlines own us, basically, and we work very much about the exchange of data among the airlines, the airports. So if you take a single travel, usually you have more than 10 stakeholders to manage your travel, Kevin. You have the two airports, you have the airline, you have the two governments, you have the customs on both sides. So in order to have a seamless passenger experience, you need to make sure that all these people are online. So it means implementing some standards to make it happen. So if I take biometry, I'm not sure that you want to download, 100 apps on your iPhone or your smartphone to have this seamless experience. So it's about agreeing together on what are the basics that we will share and how we share data. This is the first issue we have to face and we have to organize. So IATA is working on that, but we support at SITA. The second one is, when we look at how people, how much they like biometry, If they have an experience, the percentage of happy people is very high, like 90%. But after that, they think about their data. And this ratio drops to 60%, 59%. So the issue is how can we safely manage the data of everybody, and how can we make sure that your data is used in the right way? So at Sita, we are partner and the founder of the Sovereign Foundation, which is about allowing people to manage their own data, providing it to any airline, any airport as they wish, but making sure that people are not playing with the data too much. So this issue about privacy, basically, it's a little bit like GDPR. An extension is certainly something we have to address to enable this travel experience.
It's interesting. You say people don't want to download 100 apps. Who do you think in the food chain of whether it's an agent that sold a ticket or the airline or even an airport should be the primary kind of host to do all these wonderful things that you're talking about?
I think it's what I'm going to say is more related to my experience as a passenger. I think you buy a ticket to an airline and at the end you want to have this kind of relationship with the provider of the service you are expecting, and they are using the others as a kind of, let's say, subcontractor in the chain. But once again, I'm seeing many airports, many of our customers, they want to advertise their airport. So I think it's also linked to your preferred airport. So perhaps, I'm French, perhaps I will download the application from Aéroport Charles de Gaulle. So you can have a relationship as a citizen, with your preferred airline, your preferred airport. But once again, if we want it to work seamlessly, you need to make sure that data is shared across the different stakeholders in a meaningful and safe way. So this is the issue we have to address, and at Sita we think that we are well placed to address it.
And lastly, Barbara, I mean, so much of the passenger experience is based on their airport experience, and sometimes that's maybe not as good as it should be, for sure. I mean, do you sense, because you have lots of airport customers as well, that they are realising that their investment in tech is what's needed, rather than it's more security lanes, it should be other things, do you think?
I think when you look at the investment at airports, many of them are really investing heavily in order to improve the customer experience. I think the issue they are facing, we have to be conscious of that also, is related to the volumes of passengers they need to handle. When you look at the forecast on number of passengers, they may be right or wrong, there are some couple of clouds in the sky, but basically the forecast of IATA is to double the number of passengers within 20 years, whereas the capacity of the airport will be only plus 5%. So if you want really to provide a good customer experience, you need to use more and more technology to, let's say, process more passengers with less space.
Yeah.
And so this is why I think it's very clear for them that they need to use technology to facilitate that.
I know I said it was my last question, but it's interesting what you say, the airport capacity is going to go up by 5%, but IATA and other...
Average, of course.
Average, of course. Is expected to double. I mean, that's a big difference between what's expected and what's going to be available. Are you hopeful, do you think?
Well, I think first, are we going to grow the number of passengers by 100%? I have... But even if it's 50% and you have a 5% in front of that, you need to make sure that a lot of the things the passenger is handling, himself or herself, a couple of things outside the airport to enable a customer journey that is meaningful. So a self-bag drop, for instance, allows you to reduce the queuing, but also to make sure that you can manage more baggages in a smaller space. So basically, once again, it's about technology, and this is why it's absolutely key.
Okay, Barbara Dalibar, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.